Hi, Pigeon! Geriatric from Straight Talk. Gotta update you a little bit more. So, we were talking to the federal party leaders about doing a debate and so forth, and we were going to do that through a pride organization, which was very exciting. Most of them pretty well agreed, but it was then the pandemic hit, and things just kind of went to shit. Just all across the place. It's just like a really tough time. Anyway, so we were reaching out to the new leaders of the federal parties, like Aaron O'Toole and I must tell you, Pigeon, I'm actually quite shocked because it was just after the conversion therapy vote, which surprisingly is still an issue in Canada, which shouldn't be an issue, but anyway. Um, but we reached out to them and they said, well, we don't need to do this now about LGBT because we've all agreed on conversion therapy. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? That's the email I got. Well, but what about all the other issues you don't agree upon, like same-sex marriage? And how is your party inclusive around the LGBT? How do you make sure you got diversity in your candidates? How do you make sure that you represent the LGBT community for your party and in parliament and making sure that everybody is treated equally like they are supposed to be under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms? Oh, point that out, Pigeons. We don't have a constitution. We have a Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The U.S. has a constitution. We're Canadian. So my question, and then they stop communicating. I don't get it. Like I get, there's a pandemic on. Like at least, the Prime Minister of Canada, I do hear back from them, but I recognize how busy they are working on a pandemic and vaccines and then all this other stuff going on. And I know none of them have experiences with pandemics because who the hell would? Everybody's dead from the last one, which was over 100 years ago. So I mean, like, and then Jagmeet Singh, I think you're a very inspirational leader, but for some reason you won't come on the show and we don't know why and we keep asking and you don't answer. Maybe that's the problem is you can't answer because you don't have any staff to help you. Like, we want everybody to have the opportunity to talk to the community, but y'all seem to have some fucked up views somehow, and I don't understand any of it. Anyway, just so you know, Pigeon, we keep inviting them. We invite all of them. I've even invited Maxim Bernier of the People's Party of Canada. And that hurts every time I say that name in that party. Because they're a bunch of homophobes, racists, and Islamic phobes. And they like, you got every phobe, well, they're it. But anyway, I still invite them. Like, because that's the right thing to do. And we're not going to judge them for what they do or what they believe, even if it's wrong. For that party, it clearly is wrong, but that's the way it is. People are entitled to their view under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. But if, hate isn't. So, like, let's just be real, Pigeon. Are the politicians about you and me, or are they about power and money? I think that's what we really need to start asking questions. And maybe the parties need some change. Maybe it's time to look at electing new presidents of parties, new executive board members. Maybe it's really time to have that sit down and take a look as a member and actually exercise your democratic right to change the executive of the party so it's not all those old boys that need to move on. Anyway, Pigeons, that's my thought for today. Take care. Bye-bye.